I mean, she said, hey. We practiced this for hours. She's supposed to say hi, Karen. This is the recap of today's match between Haruki Nakapuki and Fabiano Karawuki. A great match. Very exciting for the spectators. Karen's never been so excited. Can't you tell? Yeah, see, she's excited. And she just can't hide it. Now, speaking of that song, what's the difference between the Pointer Sisters and Sister Sledge? Are they the same group?
No.
Who sings that?
Who sings what?
I'm so excited.
Pointer Sisters.
And what does Sister Sledge sing? I got you good there.
We Are Family.
We are. That's not the Pointer Sisters?
No.
All right. Who's better? All right, wait. Who's worse?
Sister Sledge is better.
Really? Yeah. Crazy. Nightbot says, do you want to sponsor our event? Ooh, that's good. Nightbot's nice. Not first, then first. Not first was before the first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is hot in here a little bit.
It's very hot in here.
I'll go turn it down.
Yeah. Bye, Karen. All right, Karen's gone. We're going to sing the Hall & Oates song. She's gone, etc. Yeah, that's my favorite group, Hall & Oates. You know that singer Hall & Oates? He's very popular on Sunny. Keep Ben hydrated. That is correct. 999 centidues from VTG. The Huge. Yay. Hotlanta. You were actually first for once? I don't know about that. I think I was here first. All right, we have 0 viewers, so that's pretty good.
Okay, turn it on.
Yeah, I can feel, I want to know. He donated $9.99.
Yay.
The guy who always does. If he asks me his name, I'll never remember. All right, we won't start for 3 minutes because, that's the Dutch farming band. That is correct. All right, what country were the Boer Wars in?
Hey, Hein Superman.
Mm.
The what?
The Boer Wars. Boer.
What country?
Yeah. And for extra credit, what does that mean, the Boer?
Let's see if I can remember. Boer. Isn't that North African?
Close enough. South Africa.
Okay.
And what's de Boer mean?
I don't know.
It's a farmer. There's an I am named Jan de Boer.
Mm-hmm.
I beat him where I sacked my rook and his king ran all over. Yeah. Farmers in South Africa.
Yeah, well, I had their own.
That is correct. Bora Bora. I don't speak Bora Bora. Donde está la zaparita? Is that what he said? Pulp Fiction. Even though Kim Jong-un is still dead, he toured a factory to prove he's alive and not dead. Now, I ain't saying he a gold digger, but you better not mess with no Kim Jong-un, right?
Did they really show? Did they say that he toured a factory?
Yeah, they showed him today.
Oh.
Yeah, they held him up. Yeah.
So
Named
he's
after
alive.
war, 200 centidues.
So he's alive.
Well, maybe. We need one more 100 centidu so that another train starts.
Hey, Hunky Blood.
Come on, we gotta get that scam train. That is correct. He's not alive. He's definitely still dead. Why can't he be alive now? He's not like Jim Neighbors, who's dead and rather pungent. Yay, we're rated with a party of 3.
Yay. What?
That's nothing to sneeze
You
at.
can't make fun of Jim Neighbors.
It's a line from Family Guy, from The Simpsons. Yeah.
Gomer.
Yeah, on The Simpsons, Mr. Burns says, begin the thawing of Jim Neighbors. And he says, but sir, he's dead and rather pungent. So that's how the line went. That's correct. I sneezed at that 3-person raid.
Yay.
All right, we need 100 cent to do donation. Anybody? Anyone? Anything?
Fianese.
100 cent to
What
do.
is that
He
word?
said okay, so that's. Yeah, I can't read whoever rated us. It's like mea culpa. I don't know.
Hey, Kirk. That means.
100 cent to do.
Wait, who said that? Oh, that's their name?
Who's what?
Mia culpa.
No, it's there. It's Miku Pipa.
Oh.
Yeah. 100 cent to do's. 100 cent to do's again. Wait, why don't I have a raid? What's going on? Is it the same 2 guys who donated so it won't work? I wonder if that's the same 2 guys.
What?
It is. That's why I won't get a raid.
Oh.
Those are the 2 guys who did it before, so it knows.
Oh.
It won't let you go 100, 100. It won't let you do that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. At 26, that doesn't help Patrick.
Hey,
But
Breaking
thanks.
Beta. Hey,
Yeah.
BTG. Nancy.
Another scam train. People of the world call in, join the scam train. Oh, join in, call in. Yeah, it won't let you do it. The same deviled egg. You tried and you failed miserably. The lesson is
Never try.
that is good. Who said that?
You.
But where'd I get it from?
I don't know.
Homer.
Okay.
Yeah, he told it to Bart. Man, look at this. We can't get a train started. 3 of you won't donate. Man, you guys are the worst
I
people
don't
who
watch
ever
The
lived.
Simpsons.
Well, you should start watching it.
You don't even watch it.
That's correct. But I've watched the first 12 seasons or
I
so.
watched the first 2 seasons.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. 100 centidues. It is a train Bonarici. That is correct.
You subbed today, official?
You know, probably somebody bought him a sub. No, he subbed, I remember. Yeah. All right, yeah, I was watching Hikaru's stream today. He plays pretty good. Damn. They were spamming the chat when he started streaming. Now this is a true story. When Hikaru hadn't started streaming yet, it was like, we'll be streaming in a minute, it was the away message. He already had the scam train at level 3. And his picture hadn't shown up yet. Like, they were like, Hikaru will be here in a minute. And the scam train was already, man. And then, it's true. Yeah, he was getting spam. The chat was just like, what's that called? Whatever it's called. And then they did subscriber only. Because, it was too much chat. Yeah. The Wrath of Khan, right?
Mm-hmm.
What movie?
I don't know.
Star Trek. Possibly the second one, but possibly the third one. Possibly the fourth one. Yeah. They made a lot of them. Yeah, I thought it was 2. Patrick gifted 5 subs. Hooray. Go Patrick. Yeah. The Wrath of Khan.
It was... No, never mind.
We're whalers on the
I
moon.
had a long story.
All right. Who knows the most about Star Trek?
I can tell you who knows the least.
Who knows the most?
I don't know.
My brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mark knows everything. Yeah. Mark knows about the original Star Trek TV series from 50 years ago. And when you watch it in syndication now, they cut everything. But he knows the scenes that are cut. So, yeah. One of the most famous Star Treks, the original, has Joan Collins. Okay? Now, they go back in time, because, Star Trek. And William Shatner falls in love with Joan Collins, because the script told him to. And then... because of her, she's going to bring peace, and everybody's really happy, and Hitler's going to take over the world because she's too peaceful, right?
Okay.
Somehow they know that. So then Joan Collins is getting hit by a car, and he intentionally doesn't save her, so she's killed, then they can get rid of Hitler. That's a great episode. Yeah, true story. Yeah, 100 centidues. My brother could explain it a lot better than that. Yeah. How much better are you than my brother was 2,300 USCF at his peak. Yeah. Yeah, my brother's the world's leading authority. Yeah, he says you look yummy, and I didn't ban him. So there you go. You know who says yummy? People look yummy.
I don't know.
There's only one person I know who says that. Says she looks yummy. Only one person says that, other than that guy.
Who?
Aviv.
Oh.
He says yummy too.
It's Aviv.
Well, no, Aviv doesn't know how the internet works. He's old. Yay, Danny boy. Oh,
Hey,
Danny boy. The pipes are calling.
Hey, I need to email you, Danny.
What
boy.
cartoon and what character?
Was it Family Guy? I don't know then.
Futurama.
I'm just guessing.
Zoidberg.
Okay.
Yeah. Biden says it. All right. What this guy went by. Okay. All right. Goodfellas. Boo. All right. We're losing the hype train here. This is terrible. All right. So game 1 was very well played, in my opinion. This is Caruana-Nakamura from earlier today. They played an Italian game. Now, you know what's funny about them playing the Italian game? He's of Italian heritage, and Hikaru speaks Italian. So there you go.
Italian everywhere.
Better than Fabi does. 499 centidues. 101 centidues. Good. Hey, we almost have 1,800 subs. We got past it, then we went back down. Yeah.
Oh,
They said, ask me a question I don't know. You have to embarrass me on the stream.
I'll have to think of one.
There you go.
Plenty of things he
A
doesn't
funny
know.
answer would be like, I bet knows everything. Why didn't you say that? All right, 100 cent-to-dos. Yes, make sure it's about cartoons and stuff. Like Flintstones, Jetsons. Yeah, basically any cartoon.
If only I knew about cartoons.
Good. Yeah. Look, a woman's a lot like a refrigerator, about 6 feet tall, 300 pounds. What else do you know about women? No, that's it. What cartoon's that from?
I've got like 5 to choose from.
That's Homer teaching Bart about women.
Oh.
Like, what else do you know? That's it. He's pretty drunk when he's telling him. Let's see, 1795. Best character on Futurama? Well, Bender, obviously. Come on. What kind of question is that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. 100 cent-to-dos. Do you like the Flintstones? If you want to challenge my knowledge of the Flintstones, go right ahead. Yeah, I know more about the Flintstones than anybody. Yeah.
I'm sure that's true. But the one time you quizzed me on it, I knew the answer.
Amy's the best Futurama? Amy's like the worst character on Futurama. Your band and your children's children. Amy. Morbo. That's a great character. Now you're making sense. Zap Brannigan's a great character. Yeah.
Who's the one that's the stage actor that comes back on Futurama and he's reviving his career? I love that character. I've never even seen Futurama that much. It starts with a C.
Oh, you mean, what's his name?
Calculon.
CC. Yeah, Calculon's a great character.
And
That's
I
true.
recognize that voice.
Yeah,
as-
well,
at a
sounds
different
like
one.
Zap Brannigan. CCSCA Grant gifted a sub to somebody. Good.
Yay,
Yeah.
thank you, Grant.
Calculon's a great character. The
Calculon.
Robot Devil's a great character.
Wow.
Robot Devil's a great character.
I've only seen a handful
Yeah.
of episodes.
No, I mean, no, the Robot Devil, that's a fine
take your
character.
word for it.
No, Zap Brannigan's a great character. Nixon's a good character. Yeah. I was going to say Nixon. He said Nixon. Yeah. Yeah, great show. Okay, anyway, Bishop C5, and then they play the boring line. That's what they do. Okay, now it was funny. I was pointing out that in this position, it's very rare for white to play D4. White usually gives them the rigmarole. You know, they both fall asleep. But he played D4 here, and I was like, wow. Then they had the position later in the event, he didn't play D4. So,
Didn't go so well.
yeah, your spelling of Agnew has several mistakes. It's A-G-N-E-W. Okay, comic book guy, that's the wrong cartoon.
I saw none of these games at all.
Yeah, see how it attacks the bishop? All right. So bishop b6, good. Bishop e3. Now watch this. This is very interesting.
Okay.
It went takes d5, and after takes, he didn't take back. And the reason's interesting. It's actually an anti-positional line that turns out to be tactical. You take the knight, you attack the queen moves somewhere. Then you attack this knight. If the knight moves away, I take this and mess your pawns up and give past pawn. So you have to take this. And this position is just better for white because it's no good. Like I got all this development, this is attacked, none of this is out. And white's better here, just slightly. So instead of taking on d5, he played knight e7. So he has 2 knights he can take with. What would Doc Holliday say? Let's see if the chat gets it. What would Doc Holliday say about this situation? Come on, guys, you can do it.
Hey, VCDJ.
Yeah, level 4 needs some Fusta Vazoo here. Somebody donate 5 suns. Well, you gave the exact quote. I mean, you got to paraphrase. That's the exact quote. Yeah. I got 2 knights, 1 for each of you. Yeah. He said I got 2 guns, 1 for each of you.
Oh.
One of the best scenes of the movie, I might add. Yeah. What happens is there's a thing going on where everybody's getting mad at everybody. And the guys, and then Doc Holliday's like drunk and like, ah. And the bad guy takes out this huge knife and he says, you can't shoot nothing. You're so drunk. In fact, you're probably seeing double. And then Doc Holliday takes out another gun and says, I got 2 guns, 1 for each of you. That great line. Yeah. Who played Doc Holliday?
I haven't seen the movie.
Val Kilmer.
Okay.
All right. Nokia subscribed. I'll give it all for the Nokia. Come on. All right. 2 knights. What else? I don't know about that. Tier 3 sub. Look at that.
Yay.
Now we're rich as Nazis. All right.
Me
Yay.
and Kangaroo and Nokia.
Always tier 3. What else? Damn.
Only one
Tier 3 means he can do. Let me show you what he can do. He can do that. None of you can do that but him.
And he can also do knife.
Well, right, but some people got tier 2.
That's true.
Tier
Not
3,
many.
god damn.
Yay, there aren't that
Yeah,
many.
that was Val Kilmer's best role ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yay, thank you, Nokia.
Yeah, if anybody knows Tombstone better than me, then they're lying. Or they're standing. Or Flintstones. Or Pulp Fiction. Yay, VTG 978. Killing that what do you call it? Scam train. He started the train. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What a...
There are two of them that are very similarly named.
All right, now, what's his name? Who's the British actor? I can't think of his name. In Tombstone, who's the British actor? Who's the actor? And then they shoot him. He's the guy who's the stage actor who goes around the country doing stage work. What's the actor's name? I forgot his name. He's British. Come on. Thanks for the subs. Come on, give me his name. Don't say John. Nice. No. No.
British
No.
actor.
Tom Hanks. I said British actor. Ugh.
In
Tombstone. Come on.
Somebody says Michael Caine.
No. They're just saying random
Donald
British.
Sutherland.
No. Barack
Rupert
Obama.
Murdoch.
You spelled Barack Obama wrong.
Rupert Murdoch.
He's an actor?
Hugh Grant.
No. The Riz is a good answer. I like that. Sam Elliott's not British.
Cumberbatch.
Dev Patel. Cumberbatch wasn't even born when the movie was made. He's not as famous as what you're saying. Rowan Atkinson. See, my brother's just trolling us now. My brother's in the chat if you guys have Star Trek questions. Also, Mark, we were talking about Star Trek earlier. I was telling about the Joan Collins episode. But you know better than I do.
Colin Farrell.
Powers Booth is the one that I'm going to quote, but he's not the Billy Zane. Thank you, Danny Boy. Billy Zane. Okay, Billy Zane is whatever, right? Okay, and what does Powers Booth say about Billy Zane's performance?
I don't know.
Prettiest man I ever saw. That's what he says. Nokia gifted 5 subs again.
Yay.
Yay, go everybody. Okay. Anyway, back to reality. Yeah, they killed Billy Zane for no reason. Like, I guess he's not a good actor. I don't know. Okay. No, he was okay. All right. Billy Zane's not British? All right. What is he? Powers Booth was really good in Deadwood, and he was good in Tombstone. Billy Zane's American? It was close. He seemed very British in the movie. I guess that's why. Now he's Lebanese. Born in Chicago. All right. Go Billy Zane. What's happening here? Oh. Yay, Billy Zane's American. Go America. Cleavon Little. What movie was Cleavon Little in, sweetie? Blazing Saddles. Yeah, he plays Sheriff Bart.
All right. I need to see it.
And then
Clearly.
who's the other guy in Blazing Saddles? They hang out together the most of the movie.
I don't know.
Gene Wilder.
Oh, I was going to say Burt Reynolds.
Well, no, he's not in the movie. Yeah. Yeah, Cleavon Little was great. Yeah. I can't say a lot of the lines from Blazing Saddles because we're on Twitch, so I can't. You know, there's a lot of stuff I can't say. I remember Billy Zane. That's the movie when they're on a raft, right? In the middle of the sea or something. Yeah. Excuse me while I whip this out. Yep.
What?
That's right. Sheriff Bart. It's a line from the thing. They said you was hung, and they was right. That's a great line.
I thought you couldn't say these things on the
No, they're not saying the things I can't say. Yeah, when Cleavon Little, they think he was hanged and dead. And then like way later he shows up. They said, "Man, I thought you was hung," and they said you was hung, and he's like, "They was right." Double entendre. Yeah. All right, go. Look at this. I never get. You see what I'm saying? I never get the thing. Yeah, it's twoo. Madeline Kahn, right? La 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 la. All right. You Teutonic twat. Okay, anyway, so look what he does. Pay attention. He plays 97. Now he's doubling up on the bubble up.
Okay.
Right? Okay. See, that's better. Two bishops, what else? All right. Now he plays knight d5, and they both have isolated pawns, confusing the audience. These are my bread and butter positions, but lately they're my vegan bread and butter positions. Lately. And usually in the exchange French and in the QGD, QGA, I get these positions all the time, and I squeeze guys who are worse than me, like 2,000 to 2,400. I win these without any problem with white. But I usually don't play Nakamura. Damn. Nakamura played great. Bishop f5, a4, trading more pieces. Bishop c7, trading more pieces. Now, obviously, rook takes is very dull, right? So he took with the pawn. Oh, he took with the pawn later. I got confused.
Why is that dull?
Well, this is dull. I mean, everything's the same. Took with the pawn. Now it's less dull.
All right.
Otherwise, it's symmetrical, right?
Okay.
Now it's a symmetrical position. It's asymmetrical position, not a symmetrical position.
Okay.
All right. Also, what? Okay, so it's the trade fest, and everybody's invited. Very good play. Queen d3 is not very good. Rook c4 is good. All right, now in this position, Fabiano decided he had to bail out because things weren't going his way. So he went here. Nakamura played the very tricky rook e4. Now, you ready for the quiz?
Yeah.
If it were black's move, what would black play?
Queen takes e5.
That is correct. Okay, so he played rook takes. Now you got a quiz. Do you take this pawn or do you take this pawn?
I would think queen takes b5.
That is correct. If you take this pawn, then black gets a pass pawn on the 6th. So that's no good. All right. And now it's pretty symmetrical. It looks like they cheated. It's like a kids' tournament. All right. And they both perpetual checked each other and draw. Very good game. High quality. Very good. Excellent. Bonarici passed his P-A-S-S-E-D, not passed. It didn't happen in the past. Someone needs to write a book about the epistemology of all the various Feingoldisms. That is correct. As long as it's, about the Feingoldisms that are empirically correct, not incorrect. How long have you been vegan? What day is it? May 1st? 2 years, 4 months, if I counted right. Yep. All right. Next. And vegetarian, 33 years. 33 years? 34 years. All right. Now, Nakamura's white, game 2. Played the Slav. He played the exchange Slav again. He also played it against Giri. They got the boring world of Niels Bohr. This is his game with Giri also. He played better here than against Giri. So this is very interesting. Black played f6. And Naka very quickly played here. Possibly this is theory. But this was very interesting. Very interesting. It's so interesting that the first minute, the engine thinks king e7 is the best move, confusing Karen. I hope it confuses me too. Right? And also f takes e5 is okay, then queen g6 check. I have to think this has been played before because the players were playing pretty quickly. I don't think Fabi would play f6 quickly and Naka would go here quickly if it wasn't theory. And the engine says this is just unclear, but he just played here. All right. And this is where the players stop playing quickly. I'm not impressed with a3. Frankly, I'm not impressed. That just seems to lose a tempo. All right. And then in this position, I thought Fabi's play was rather shallow and pedantic. Do you agree?
I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah, G6. I don't like G6. I don't like moving all your pawns on the king's side. That seems like that's what I do in 1 minute chess when I'm kidding. So I don't like it when grandmasters are playing. So I don't like that move. Castles is all right. All right, so this is now here. this is a good strategical education for you guys. It's very important that you play excellent strategical chess before you hang all your pieces. You want to be good at something, right? So when you're going to hang all your pieces, you want to play good strategy first. That way you show, what a fine player you are. So in this position, this pawn, as Farnsley 69 would say, is what kind of pawn?
Backwards.
Backward. And this pawn is?
A rook pawn? I don't know.
It is a rook pawn. It's true. But it's all by itself.
Oh, isolated.
All by myself. Don't want to be. Who sings that? Anymore.
I can't remember.
I don't know who sings that. Somebody in the chat's got to know.
That wasn't Melissa Manchester, was it?
It's a man.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I guess it
So
wasn't.
no. All by
I wonder if Melissa
myself.
Manchester
Akon or Berta Flack.
didn't sing that, though.
Billy Zane. That is correct.
I don't...
The British Billy Zane. Eric Carmen, I think, is right. I think it's Eric Carmen.
Yeah, I have a female voice in my head.
I think it's Eric Carmen.
Somebody's
Yeah.
got to tell me who else sang that. I think Melissa Manchester sang it.
Well, I don't know. I hope not. Eric Cartman. That's even better. Who's Eric Cartman? He's the fat kid on South Park.
They're saying Celine Dion.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, she always sings the song terrible after somebody else good sings it.
Justin
Okay. No. Come Sail Away by Eric Cartman. That's great. That's a great song. Yeah. Come Sail Away. You know the song Come Sail Away? The actual song by the Jefferson Starship or Airplane. No?
Isn't that Styx?
Styx, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know the song?
Yeah.
So there's a line in the song where he says, "Come sail away with me, lads." And then in the song, Cartman says, "You guys," because he always says, "You guys." Come sail away with me, you guys. Oh man, also Styx. That is correct.
Hey, before we get too far, I was confused why
What?
the bishop
right.
didn't take the pawn earlier.
All right, let's go back.
I know there's a reason, I just can't.
So, okay. So here. This is the first chance. Here or later?
After the... Later. Keep going. Okay. Wait. Oh, keep going. Okay, right here.
Yeah, you could take here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just surprised.
Yeah, I analyzed this during the stream. The engine said everything's better for black. It said F5 is good, knight takes B2 is good. So I was like, all right. It says F5 is winning. This bishop is sort of trapped.
Yeah.
The bishop,
I didn't really think about
the
F5.
bishop, yeah. And also, you're giving me the H file, so I could, I could give you the foot de vazoo.
But you could,
Yeah.
and check the king.
That is correct. Right, now I go here. Now when I go here, next move, your bishop's trapped. Right?
Well, yeah. What about, I guess, knight H4 is probably not good.
Knight H4, that's not bad. The engine says I go here and then take it. Then queen takes and I mate you. Man, harsh.
Okay.
Yeah, engine says it's bad. I mean, you're getting a pawn, but you're giving me the H file, and then, your bishop's trapped, so it's not good. Yeah.
I didn't really think about it.
I mean, I would take it too, but that's different. Okay, so in this position, as I said earlier, this pawn is,
Backwards.
and this pawn is,
Isolated.
that's correct. And Nakamura gets rid of all that, because that's bad, so he just gets rid of it because he's 2,700.
Yeah.
He's like, gone. All right, so he doubles up on the bubble up. C4, that's explosive. The knight's pinned. You see what I'm saying? All right. And he kicks the rook out, but at what cost? Now A5 gets rid of the isolated pawn. Always play bishop F1. And so he got rid of his backward pawn and his isolated pawn. That's good strategy. And the engine says he has a big advantage because bishop's on F1. All these pawns moved. Terrible. All right. And then I saw Hikaru's stream and he didn't see knight A3, which when he blundered, he went nuts. All right, so white's probing and white's better and so forth. Naka didn't point this out during his stream after the match. The engine hates this move, right? And I was like, well, that looks pretty good. So, you probably should take it. But the engine doesn't take that. It hates that move. And I'm like, I don't know, knight C5 looks good for white. So I'd take it too. And Naka didn't even talk about it. All right, so they did nothing forever. Gotta do nothing. Always do nothing. Okay. In this position, after Queen C7, Naka said, he played E4. And then here he said he spent all his time thinking about whether to take or play E5. Although King H3 is also a move because it gets out of this pin. And he said when he took the pawn, he only analyzed H4 because of this pin.
Right.
So he didn't see knight A3. So he was like, what?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the truth hurts. E5, the engine says, is equal. King H3, it says white's a little better. You want to keep the tension here. Maintain tension. And then he just didn't see knight A3. And before he played queen B5, I said he can't play this because of knight A3. Then he played it. So he showed me. Yeah. And now he's maybe lost, maybe worse. Maybe. Sack the exchange. All right. And then in this position, as I said on the stream earlier, Rook G8's a mistake. He should take this and then check and then here. And then queen D1's the only move, which is hard to find. So you don't want your queen and king on the same line, because after like queen D3, for example, I play check, and you can't go to E3 or G3 because rook here pins your queen and your king. Mm-hmm. So you have to go back somewhere. Then I check again, and you can see how, I'm on this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And this is the funny line. If you go here, a lot of moves like attack the bishop, and the bishop's pinned, but then white has all these checks, right? But you play queen F5. That's really nice. And you win the bishop, and there's no checks. Well, there is a check, but take back. That's a really cool winning move. Yeah. That's really awesome. All right, so in this position, after rook B8, the engine says white must play queen D1. That's hard to play because queen D3 gives them this battery, right? And also defends the D pawn. But you have to play queen D1, which is more passive. And then, the engine says black is close to winning, maybe a draw. So nobody knows what would have happened if this had happened. But instead of playing HG, which gives black good winning chances, he played rook G8. And Hikaru played well. He checked and played queen H7. That's an active queen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now rook G4 is probably a draw, but it's better than taking. And now the king is too exposed, so it's a draw. The rook's hanging, and the king is no defense. So he just checks him forever. And they agree to a draw, or they repeat it or something. Now, one thing that I noticed about Naka's 15-minute, 5-minute, 3-minute, 1-minute games that nobody ever points out, but I notice things. A lot of his games, blitz, bullet, doesn't matter, rapid, they go really long, like 60, 70, 80, 90 moves, and they're really interesting at the end. Normally when it's moved like 70, 80, 90, it's some really boring endgame and nobody cares. His games are like, I don't know what's going to happen, it's move 75. This happens all the time. So he makes the game go on and on and on and on, and his opponents blunder. Yeah. Also, they go on and on. They just keep on trying. Who sings that? On and on, on and on, on and on. Terrible. Exactly. Nobody knows. It's one of those guys. Yeah.
I can't remember.
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, born and bred.
It's not Jerry Rafferty, is it?
Still Cartman. Good job. Stephen Bishop. That is correct.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with that.
That's right. I remember.
Erykah Badu. That's also correct. Yeah. Sorry, Miss Jackson. This song's about Erykah Badu. I wonder if they knew that. All right.
What? Are they quoting something? Or are they being
you know the song? What? Sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about Erykah Badu. He was dating her.
The other thing that you allowed.
What?
Screw you, I'm going home.
Yeah, that's Cartman.
Oh.
What? Yeah.
Oh, well, like,
that's
obviously.
Eric Cartman. He says, screw you guys, I'm going home. He always says that. Yeah.
I don't watch that stupid show.
Well, you should watch the stupid show. I mean, come on. What other shows are you going to watch? All right, back to reality. Oh, game 3, the game that turned the tide. All right. That's right. Never meant to make your daughter resign. That is correct. All right. Don't forget to donate because you guys forgot this morning. God damn. All right. So they did it again. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that Italian? Yeah.
We got a bunch of subs though.
Yeah. Not this morning.
Today? Tonight? We
No, but I'm talking about this morning. I mean, the morning. This is my third stream today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the morning. Okay. So instead of, like D4 ever and A5, he did some other stuff. Knight B, D2, bishop back. All right, they did this again too. All right, so it's the boring world of Niels Bohr, obviously. And we'll get to the critical position. This isn't critical yet. Bishop A6 is probably not the best, but all right. A4 I don't like. I don't like A4. Okay, and they got this position. And after knight G6, black has the two bishops. And white doesn't really have anything. The knight's coming to F4, H4. This pawn's weak. So they started repeating. Bishop F5. So if this knight moves, I can take the bishop. You no longer have two bishops. Bishop here attacking the queen. Bishop E6. Well, okay. So he could play bishop E6 and they would have repeated and drawn. And that's what he should have done. And he played queen C2. And now he just gets crushed. Because you see the two bishops?
Mm-hmm.
And then this pawn's weak. And the reason the pawn's weak is it's weak. And knight H4 gets rid of the defense of this pawn. Now, in my own praxis, there's a line in the Carlsen-Panov-Botvinnik attack where my opponent has a pawn on D4 and a knight on F3.
Mm-hmm.
And then I play knight E4, knight G5 and trade it off with the same, attack the D pawn. Yeah, and now the D pawn's attacked and this bishop is here. And, this is useless, horrible. Are you kidding me? All right, this is like that game where you take everything, horrible. All right, and then, this pawn's attacked, this bishop's attacked. White's attacking nothing. Yeah, now everything's attacked. Here, and then this is like this. See all this F file? Okay, so now Caruana was afraid of G6, because if the bishop moves, I take on F2. The bishops can't move. So he stopped G6 with rook G4. And now Hikaru played a great move. Very good move. Really good. Mm-hmm. Is it good? Yeah. Okay. Now, G6 attacking the bishop doesn't work, right? How else can you attack the bishop? This move's very hard to see. It's not a human kind of move. It's weird. Now, let's go back. Okay. About 30 years ago, I played Asa Hoffman in New York in like a game 30. He was higher rated than me. So it might have been 35 years ago. Okay. And anyway, I'm going to show you the game. Knight C3, E5. I was black, obviously. Frankly. Okay. What move did I make with black to break the pin, but it wasn't G5?
I don't know, 97.
That does break the pin, but then he messes my pawns up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm showing you this because it's the same as the other one. Mm-hmm. You got to remember games you played 35 years ago. You're not going to win at chess. How do you remember these? I didn't get my GM title in the mail. I mean, I earned the GM title. And this game was played, I was like 2290, and he was slightly higher rated than me. He was like 2340 maybe. Yeah. Attack that bishop. Attack it.
Oh, you said it wasn't.
That's right. It's not G5. Attack it another way. It's really unusual. That's why I remember. That's why.
With the rook.
That is correct. I played rook A4, confusing the audience. And he audibly was like, what? Because that's so unusual, right?
Unusual.
Cyndi Lauper agreed, right?
Yeah.
All right. So Cyndi Lauper had this guy that was in her videos who had the beard with the rubber band around it. What was his name? Lou Albano, R.I.P.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, see, Bonarici's like so unusual. Captain Lou. There you go, Lou Albano. Okay, like some kind of document. Right, and then I attacked his bishop, and the game ended in a draw later. All right, it's spelled Lou Albano, Lua Albano. What? All kinds of spelling mistakes. Okay, so now that you know that, right? Now, something. Okay. Now that you know that, and I said you can't play G6 because of here, how did he attack the bishop?
Rook A5.
That is correct. Right, and what does the engine play?
Yeah, Rook A5.
And then that's what Naka played. Yeah. The bishop moves away. Queen F2 is annoying, right? But, what are you going to do, get all your pieces away? Yeah. All right, so bishop G6. And now the reason Naka is better than us is we would be taking this pawn off with check, like, kazoo's eating food. I mean, I'd be jumping at that. Yeah. My favorite story based on that, kind of metaphor is there's a guy named James Jackson in Michigan. He weighs 1 billion pounds. Okay, he weighs at least 450. Okay, and one time I saw his jacket on the chair when I was a kid. It was size 64. Yeah, right. And his clothes are too small on him. He can't. Okay, anyway, he's like 1800. Okay, he's playing Paul Pochel, who's like 2300. Pochel offered a draw because he had a bad position. And they said the other guy who weighed he jumped over the table to accept it. Right? And I was like, man, because, all right. So that was like, you'd be like jumping out of your seat to take that with check. Okay.
When I played in the Michigan Open, there was a really big guy there. Was it the same guy or that was somebody else?
There was a big guy at the Michigan Open.
Real big.
I'm trying to think who it was. It could be anybody. Was it me? No, I don't know. No, I don't think James Jackson plays chess anymore. He weighs too much. Okay. Anyway, no, he played a better move. Bishop G6, Bishop E6. That's even better. Engine approved. Where's the rook go? See how it's attacked? Do you go here? No. Here? No. Here? No.
So it's trapped.
Here, yeah, you take that. Right. So he played knight E4, attacking the queen. Queen takes D4, and everything's hanging. You can't find something that's not hanging. Yeah, so I trade queens. The rook is still hanging. So he plays rook here, attacking the bishop. Nom, nom, nom. Yeah, and then truth hurts. And the 4 passed pawns. Usually Caruana plays pretty good with white, but 4 passed pawns and what else? 2 bishops. All right, and he played on for no reason. You said he doesn't resign. Then, man, the truth hurts there, right? Yeah, so he resigned here. See the engine score. So a very nice game by Naka. And, I mean, Fabi had to repeat with the bishop E6, bishop F5, and he didn't. So he ended up losing. Yeah, white was taking the pawn with the queen bad. It wasn't bad. Bishop E6 was just better. Not bad. It was still winning.
And then he still didn't even take the rook later.
Yeah, he's too busy making 3 passed pawns and winning all the pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
His play is very accurate. Yeah. Terrible. Bonarici, bishop takes H7, up bishop takes H2. All right. Goddamn is correct. And we listen to that coming here, The Pusher. Right? Yeah.
It's a great song.
Goddamn, I said goddamn. All right. Recommended by Noob Noob. Noob Noob. All right. Great episode, by the way. The Vindicators, great episode. Yeah. Blind Melon version or Steppenwolf version. There's a Steppenwolf version?
I didn't even know.
Blind Melon.
Definitely Blind Melon. What?
Yeah, we didn't know about Steppenwolf, Nico Blue.
Oh, I have to go listen to
Vindicators 3. Damn, that's harsh. All right, today's Friday. In 2 days, which is Sunday, new Rick and Morty. I said goddamn. All right, last game. This game is a classic. I mean, you know who was really impressed with this game was Magnus. He was like, wow, this is the greatest thing that's happened in Christendom or something. Drew subscribed. 3 months. Come on, man. Terrible. All right, somebody has to donate $99.99. I'm back to 1 million ants. That's good. Yeah, because he lost some when the,
Which game is this?
This is Hikaru Fabiano.
No, which?
game 4.
Okay.
All right. Yes, Hardwell, that is correct. All right, so we play a King's Indian style kind of chess position. Better for white, but winning chances for black. Make the game go as long as possible. I'm not a fan of castles. I think he should play knight g4. You don't want him to play bishop e3, knight d2. That's terrible. So white's better. Good. Okay, now Naka played dc. That's very anti-positional. The reason white is doing well here is because this pawn's annoying. And if you want to get lectured about annoying, Karen can tell you about me, right? See how annoying that is? Mm-hmm. She's the world's leading authority. Grunge War gifted 5 subs. Good.
Thank you, Grunge War.
Right, this pawn is putting a damper in black's position. But Naka's like, I need a draw and I win the match, then I can go stream for 12 hours. So he took. I don't like that move. Still white's better. But okay, I mean, he shouldn't give away his pawn on d5 for the pawn on b7. All right, these moves are all good. Everything's good. Everybody's happy. Yeah, white's obviously better here. The engine actually wants to take this way because it wants to open up this line for the bishop. But he took with the c pawn, which is also good. Okay, so white has everything he wants and more, and black's going to start attacking. And it was funny later when Hikaru was moving backwards and crying that Carlsen's like, those are some nervous moves, like king h1, and then bishop e2, queen e1, queen f1 in particular. It's like queen f1, man. So Hikaru's playing super passively because he's afraid of Fabi's attack. But okay, this is really good for white. This is the King's Indian kind of stuff, with the exception that normally Hikaru's black in these positions. Hikaru's playing the King's Indian, the engine says he's worse, then he wins anyway. Brilliant games, like his game with Gelfand. Mm-hmm. Right? Okay, now in the game, Kasparov won in 31 moves with the final move, knight to h1 with black. Knight h1. Here, with black. Who was his opponent? I think the game was 31 moves. It was played about 33 years ago. Of course I could show it, but that's, beyond. Yes, he got it. Piquet. Very good. Wow. Now, for $1 billion, what's Piquet's first name?
Claude.
That's good. Jeroen. Yeah, very good. Man, Piquet, that was pretty. Yes, Mark got it. Yeah, look at it. They're all getting Jeroen. He's your favorite player. Yeah. So there's a guy you never heard of named Joop van Osterom. Right. And he ran Melody Amber, which was a tournament in the south of France every year with Rapid, then Blindfold. And he was a Dutch guy. And he was a millionaire. And he was a correspondence grandmaster because he got grandmasters to make his moves for him. Mm-hmm. Okay, R.I.P., by the way. He died recently. Okay, and Piquet was an up-and-coming Dutch player. He was the second best Dutch player, too. Who's the best Dutch player at that time? 30 years ago, 20 years ago?
I don't know.
Jan Timman. You heard of him?
Yeah, but
okay.
I know.
So it was like Timman and Piquet, and then Pray for Rain. Then he really had to pray for rain then because, Von Whaley was pretty good. So Von Whaley, okay. Anyway, so Piquet started working for Van Osterom, then he quit chess and he worked for him because the guy's a billionaire, so he's paying him. Yeah. So Piquet quit chess. A similar story was with Joël Lautier from what country? France, right? And of Beavis and Butthead, which one did he look like?
I have a 50-50 chance. Beavis.
Close. Butthead is correct. Go to the internet and look up Joël Lautier, Joel space Lautier, and then when your family's like, "Why are you laughing?" Because he looks like Butthead. The truth hurts. Now, half of them haven't heard of Beavis and Butthead, so,
What?
Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Ahmad PH, I got to call you out here. Why do you guys think I don't care about chess, history, and chess? I was playing chess before I even met Ben. Tournament chess.
Mm-hmm. See, look what this guy said. He really does look like Butthead. He does. Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
So look, they're agreeing.
Don't ignore what I'm talking about.
But look how they're agreeing.
I see it.
Yeah.
But I do care about chess.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Continue.
That is correct. He looks like the guy from My Mother the Car. Yeah.
I am impressed. I'm a very low-key kind of a lady.
That is correct. Yeah. Yeah, her favorite character from all those movies that she never watches is Loki. Okay. Yeah. Like Elon Musk.
It's true I don't care about Butthead.
Man, Elon Musk is crazy like Fox News over here. No, Kara's been playing chess for a long time. All right.
Not as long as Ben, obviously.
Frankly. Yeah. All right, everybody's banned. Okay, so White's playing very passively over here, but White's still doing well.
All right.
Okay. Bishop f6. Now it's time for a blunder. Okay, now notice how the bishop, knight, and bishop are lined up. Right? Let's look at a similar game I played when I was 12 against Alan Ford at the Motor City Open 1981. Okay?
It's like you're a savant.
You forgot the first word. Okay, connect 4, Alan wins. 999. Okay. In this position, Alan Ford played bishop b5, question mark. I've shown you this before. How does black win a pawn? Notice, like the other position, bishop, knight, bishop, just like in the other position.
Yeah.
Same winning move. Discovered attack, go Karen, tactics trainer, etc.
I mean, I'm not going to know this. Let's see.
You figure it out.
All right. How do I win a pawn?
No, Alan Ford, F-O-O-R-D. It's about 1,500. Might have been exactly 1,500. Motor City Open, pretty sure it was 81. Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm within a year. Whose turn is it?
Black.
That's correct.
Okay. And who's winning the pawn?
Black.
See, I didn't even know that, so I wasn't even looking.
That's why I was asking you. So White just played bishop b5.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay, so can you see knight takes on e5?
that is
So now
correct.
that I know who's
Right.
winning the
And that
pawn.
wins a pawn. Now, you would think Nakamura would know something like that, right?
That's
You would
very
think.
very common.
You would think. So after bishop f6, c'est la même chose. Oui? Fou f6. Perrier, c'est fou.
It's the same thing. I know a little bit of French.
Yeah, so bishop, knight, bishop, just like the other one.
Yeah.
So what's black threatening here?
What's black threatening? Well, to win the bishop, but which is the way to take? Well, wouldn't you just take one of those pawns with the knight? It's black's turn.
Which one?
Well, that's less clear. I would take the f3 pawn.
You can't, because I take this with check. It's not defended.
Oh.
It's the same as the one I just showed you. Bishop, knight, bishop. You played knight takes e5.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same. Knight takes e4.
Oh, yeah.
Defends the bishop.
Oh, that's right.
So Nakamura should see something like that, especially since black just played here.
Mm-hmm.
He like sort of telegraphed, right?
What he was trying to do.
Yeah, and then Naka ignored it, a5. And the engine's like, excuse me? So he just took it. Yeah, and then Naka's like, I'm Naka. All right. Yeah. What would Naka Flocka Waka Flocka say, right? Now, after this move, it was clear to Naka that black goes hard in the mother paint, right? Exactly. Got to go hard in the paint. Yeah. That's your favorite song by Waka Flocka Naka, right?
I know that song.
That's right. I know you know that song. Waka Flocka Flame. Mr. Royal. Happy anniversary. Thank you. 12 months.
Yeah, yay,
That's
Mr.
right.
Royal.
All right. Frankly terrible. I had to make sure I didn't say the wrong words there. Man, I got to watch it. Okay. Now, Naka started to cry. Man, when they brought you in here, you was crying like a... Okay. So then taking pieces. Black's up a pawn. And black's still not winning because, just a pawn. Mm-hmm. All right. The game continued. Every move was really good. Great game. Really exciting. Mm-hmm. F3 only move. And now G3 is the only move. And Naka found it. G3. That is correct. All right. In this position, the engine wants Naka to play H3 or H4, but he played it too late. Right? He played it later when it lost. He has to play it now because his king is very suspicious. Mm-hmm. So black has ideas like this and ideas like this. F2, queen F3 mate. This rook can't go anywhere because rook A1's mate. So the king needs some lift, right? As my dad would say, Make Luft, not war.
Okay.
All right. So he played knight a5. That is incorrect. Queen f7, b7, rook b8. And now black wants to play f3 and queen here. Now somehow Naka found the only move here. God damn. I would never find the only move here. He played rook f1. The engine says that's forced. I don't know why it's forced, but the engine says it's the only move. Okay, then the game continued. He can't play knight c6 because black has two guys on this. Okay, now he's threatening the d-pawn. You agree? Mm-hmm. So he plays queen g6, defending the pawn and attacking this pawn. That is correct. Okay, then he defended, put it in h, and the knight can never go here because you take the pawn. So this is sort of, an even fight, and black's coming in on the king side. Now he played h4, and black played the only winning move, sacking his bishop. And then queen f6, and he can't defend that. The king's sort of exposed. Mm-hmm. Sort of. Right? God damn, right? I said, okay. Queen d2, stopping all the mates. And now, this is funny. White can't do anything. So black doesn't have to be in a hurry. Black just like, all right, king here. Like, white can't move. And he gave up his pawn. Terrible. But he's threatening this. So queen f6. Then he saves his pawn. And then now black should play in this position. After knight here, black should play g3 winning. And for some reason, Naka didn't go back. He probably saw g3 was winning. So he played back here. Yeah, and now it's just hopeless. He's losing all of his pawns. Yeah, so no pawns left. Yeah. And then white resigned because I've never been so mad. Yeah, black has 700 passed pawns. This match had a lot of passed pawns. And all the games, lots of passed pawns. And the other match that they played, the one that Hikaru played yesterday, I don't know who he played, I forgot. They had 6 passed, MVL, 6 passed pawns. Rawr. All right, that's the American way. That is correct. No, I'm good. So Fabiano won on demand with black to tie the match up. And the important thing, if this was a tournament where I was coaching Fabi, and Fabi came back to analyze the game or have a discussion, I always ask the same question to my students. Always. The first question I ask is, did your opponent cry? And he would have said, yeah. So that's, yeah. Always my first question. God damn. Chess is tough. And I was crying before these guys were born. Man, that's for sure. And then some. Man, I remember when I was 6, it was 1976, and it was the Michigan Under-10 Championship, and I lost to Matt Bolda. I cried and I cried and I cried. If you knew who Matt Bolda was, you would cry too. His whole family played chess. His brother and his dad were better. I beat them. But I wasn't very good when I was 6. I was probably like 2050, something like that. Yeah, pretty terrible. Now, if you thought that was funny, can I quote? I want to quote.
Sure.
Okay. Nakamura was streaming today, right? And after his stream, he started playing Fedoseev, who's big fish on chess.com. And Fedoseev is like 3,020. And Nakamura is like 3,190. And he was like, Fedoseev's 3020, that's ridiculous. Everybody's underrated. Everybody on chess.com is underrated. That shows his understanding of math isn't very good. It's like he should be at least like 3090, 3100. Says, I drew and I lost 4 points. I don't care about my rating anyway. I don't even care if I'm 3100. Like he's so far above 3100. He's like 3100. I don't even care if I go down that long. Then people are making fun of him. Yeah, I like that. Everybody's overrated by 40 points. I was like, what? Everybody is. Yeah. So he was really complaining that Fedoseev was only 3,020. That wasn't fair because they'll lose rating points playing him. Mm-hmm. All right. By the way, when he complained nonstop, then he doesn't care about his rating. So I was like, all right. I'm not sure about any of that. It would make a lot of sense. Yeah. Well, a foolish consistency.
Is the hobgoblin of foolish minds?
Little minds.
Little minds.
Yeah. And who said that?
I don't know.
What? It was either Thoreau or Emerson. Nobody knows. We'll say Emerson, but it could have been Thoreau. Thoreau basically mooched off of Emerson. That's the way it goes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. No more on Walden Pond. Mr. Royale with cheese gave 5 subs. In what movie did they talk about the Royale with cheese?
Pulp Fiction.
Very good. Yeah. That is very good. I'll call it a quarter pounder. I don't know what a quarter pounder is. All right. Might have been Laker Palmer. Good joke. Good joke. Not too good. Yay. It is Emerson. Yeah, I know it's Emerson. I just like Thoreau better because Thoreau mooched off of him. So I like that. All right. Are Ben and Kieran matching tonight? Let's see. Yeah, we got some yellow. Yeah, Coldplay discussed our wardrobe with us before the metrics is new. All right. A Big Kahuna Burger. What kind of burgers did Big Kahuna Burger have? You know what kind? Hawaiian. Oh, that's the Hawaiian burger joint. All right. Royale with cheese question. That is correct. Those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers, and you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon you.
This is what I have to say to you.
Damn, what would she say? Karen got the answer. God damn. $9.99 from Drew. That is correct. Naka did resign. Okay, I am the Lord. Incorrect. All right, thanks for the donation. Yeah, we already talked about the Royale with cheese. All right, anyway, what do you do if you leave the gun? Then what do you do? What do you do?
I don't know.
You take the cannoli. What movie?
Is it one?
No. Take the cannoli, see?
I don't know.
Godfather.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He pretends to go to the bathroom, then shoot the guy, and then leave the gun, take the cannoli. Seinfeld. That's the worst Godfather I ever heard. Yeah. What? All right, back to whatever it is I was doing. All right, now they play 5-minute with a 3-second increment, 2 games. Fabiano's white. They play the same opening again. Well, Fabiano, obviously, but evil always beats good. This is the real world. So good beats evil in the movies, but not in the real world. All right. So they did this again. And instead of playing D4 like he did previously, he just moved the knight, he did all that, the rigmarole, as I call it. All right. Yeah, this is more normal. Yeah. All right. Now in this position, after they moved D5, the engine did not like E5. It didn't like that. Bad. Because then this is a target, and white can't move anywhere, and he's not maintaining the tension. Maintain tension. Notice how the rook and the queen are lined up because I said so, right? Mm-hmm. So you don't want to close the E file. That doesn't make any sense. Now, Fabi's better than me in opening preparation, calculation, has more coaches than me, plays better than me, stacks paper to the ceiling better than I do, rides on 24-inch chrome, but I'm older than him, right? So I know strategy better than he does. Well, not really. So you can't, this is good for white. These pawns can't be traded so easily like DE 90 is favorable to white because we're opening this file and these pawns are weak. So white should just improve his position incrementally. He could play bishop D2, winding up his rook and the queen. He could get his rook out somewhere, but he played E5. Bad move. Okay, now black doesn't have any problems. These knights can't go anywhere. Ridiculous, right? They can't do Vishwa nothing. So that was a bad move. Then he retreated his knight. Ridiculous. Bishop A5 pinning the knight, and then C5, which you like to play in the French. Notice there's no pawn here because I said so. Mm-hmm. So when this pawn goes away, that pawn goes away. And we already got 2 knights on that pawn. That's why E5 wasn't good. So very bad play by Fabi. Very bad play. Okay. So he's strategically in a very tough position here. And now he's got isolated pawns everywhere. Black has 2 center pawns to 0. White has 2 isolated pawns. So as you can see, the engine says black's winning, even though material's equal. Ridiculous. Very bad play by Fabi. Terrible. Okay, and the game concluded. Knight takes C6 is bad. Giving him this nice pawn structure instead of this isolated pawn. Very bad play. Rook A2 is bad. Rook's terrible on A2. Yeah, this wasn't a good game for Fabi. Now, it is a blitz game, so, All right. Now, here comes the comeback. Don't call it a comeback. All right. Now Naka makes a terrible move, very similar to the strategical incorrectness of e5. He does the mirror image. Are you shocked and appalled?
No.
So he plays d4. Now, we discussed this on the stream when the game was going on live. I've told all my students every lesson, these pawns are better than this or this, because you give up, this gives up the white squares, obviously. These pawns control everything. So this is a terrible move. What he should do is kick the queen out. That queen's annoying, right? Mm-hmm. So knight f8 kicks him out. All right, d4 is terrible, giving away most of his advantage. Now, the gawking rabble, which is you, okay, you only see one move in this position. You're like, the g-pawn spin, and you make weird noises for some reason. Okay, but the queen just gets kicked out. I mean, come on. And then you lose your bishop. Okay, so the reason d4 is such a bad move, okay, listen. The reason d4 is such a bad move is since this move obviously loses, right? Obviously. The only move is bishop d2, which is good. Attacking the rook, the knight goes to e4, f5, and d4 is shallow and pedantic. You're blocking your bishop. What would Lisa Simpson say? What would she say? They'll tell you there. They'll tell you in the chat. What would Lisa Simpson say about this bishop? That's right. A blockaded bishop is of little value. Okay? So that's terrible. Yeah, now white's back in the game. See, white's position looks pretty good now. Mm-hmm. If only this was here. Right? Okay. Now we'll get to the interesting part of the game. Okay. Now in this position, queen f7, queen g3, queen e6, rook e8, king h7. All right. Now here, white plays queen f3, which is a really strong move, but he didn't see it. The threat is to take this. See how the bishop's pinned? The bishop on e6. I can take your queen. Yeah. Okay. If you play the obvious move, I go check. See how the bishop's still pinned? Mm-hmm. And then if you take, it's mate. Queen f3 is probably winning for white. Probably. Okay, but he didn't play queen f3. He played queen d3. I thought he played queen d3. Oh, he played it here. Okay. So now, you see how the rook's attacked. So the engine moves the rook. Play queen d3. Now, if you take the rook, white has mate in two moves, which gives him the advantage. Okay, knight here, double check. You know those checks that are like double checks? Paraphrasing The Simpsons. Mm-hmm. Then after king h8, mate. Now, pay attention to that. That's going to happen later. Mm-hmm. All right. So Hikaru didn't fall for mate. He played queen g6. Okay. Now in this position, if white wants to, he can win the queen. Knight f6 check. You can't take with the queen because it's illegal. So you take some way, doesn't matter. And then rook h8 check. And then you take the queen. But the engine says this is about equal. Because, it's a rook and knight for a queen, and this is good. White can't do anything, etc. Mainly. Right. Okay. He could have won the queen, but he decided not to, or he didn't see it. The engine says g6 is better, and black's better. After queen g6, it's equal. Okay. Rook c8, knight f8, rook takes c6, 900 question marks. And that's because I'm a nice guy. I like Fabi. Mm-hmm. If I didn't like Fabi, 1,000 question marks. Okay, so in this position, the engine says white is better. Okay, white's pieces are more active. He's got a blockade. Black's, very pedestrian. Okay. I mean, who can bear the poor man's contumely? I know I can't. So this is an incredible blunder based on the last variation I showed you. Okay, so he gives his rook away. Mm-hmm. Now he thinks knight f6 check and mate. That's why he gave his rook away. Yeah. Right? But there's a knight here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, Fabi hung his rook. Mm-hmm. I mean, ridiculous. And he's down a rook. He hung his rook.
Yeah.
I mean, he thought he was mating him and he was wrong. Terrible. Now, it's slightly insulting to Nakapuki to play rook takes c6. That would indicate that he missed it. Then the game's over. So you should be like, wait, why is Nakamura letting me win? But it's, a blitz game, so they're just moving. Yeah. He thought Nakamura blundered, and then he resigned. He's down a rook. Unbelievably bad. I mean, giving a rook away. And he was winning before, and he's losing, terrible. Yeah, the proud man's contumely. That guy can't believe it either. Yeah. I mean, he also can't believe it. Yeah. All right. Fabi did not cry after the game. I mean, he thought about it probably. Yeah, 5 + 3 is correct. All right, last game. Must win for Fabi. Again, he had must win before. Also 5-3. Okay. He played very passively Hikaru, trying to get the most equal position ever. Very boring. The boring world of Niels Bohr. All right, now in this position, after here, black should play c6. And then knight b8, and black's completely equal. But okay, he doesn't want complete equality. So he actually got the 2 bishops and got an advantage. All right, very good play by Fabi. And rook d6 is an excellent move to play queen d8 and get the d file. And after rook d2, he played f6, making me mad. And then he blundered. h4 is not very good either. So after queen d8, black is much better. Black takes over the d file. Black has the 2 bishops, and these pieces aren't very good. That's a great bishop. This pawn's more weak than strong, and the engine really likes black. But he made a mistake based on the fact of not understanding collinear moves, even though against Firouzja, Fabi played rook c4 in that terribly played game, which he eventually won, but it was a bad game. Okay, and here he missed it. Now, the reason queen d8 is better is it defends the whole d file, whereas this doesn't. What collinear move can white make here that's excellent? Notice how the rook's attacked, so it's a rook move. That is correct.
Maybe rook d5.
That is correct. Now, you can't play rook d5 after queen d8 because there's 2 pieces on it. You just take it. Yeah, and now white's fine. So really bad move, bishop h6. Yeah. And now, white's fine now. Black can never win. Terrible. And the game went on and on and on and on. And, Stephen Bishop. Oh, or Eric Harmon, I don't know. Now, this should be a draw, but Fabi can't draw because then he loses the match. So unlike Giri, Fabi tried to win. And unlike Giri, he lost because, harsh. Yeah, black just can't win here. These are all on the wrong square. In this position, for example, white's threatening bishop takes b6. Does he queen the c? Yeah. Okay, so he has to defend. All right. Now, Hikaru is deftly not going to h4 because then you don't queen with check. So the idea is after bishop takes, king takes, white plays d6. And both sides queen, but white queens first. So they moved around a lot doing nothing. And then he played h4 so that he queens with check. And Naka's like, whatever. And by the way, this is the only move. If you don't do that, the engine says black's winning. Okay, because at the end of that, the queen's here and the pawn's here, queen g3 could be mate. So, and even though you queen with check, you're still in trouble. Yeah, and I mean, only white can win here because this pawn's annoying. Black might have a perpetual. He doesn't. But if he does, he loses the match anyway. So Fabi went crazy trying to win because a draw and a loss is the same thing. So he lost. All right, and then white escaped the perpetual, so he won. And that pawn's annoying. God damn, that pawn's annoying. And then he resigned because the king finds shelter here, Rolling Stone style. These pawns actually help white. He just moves around the pawns. Sort of like when Homer ate around the vitamins. One of the guys on the stream today said that was his favorite episode.
Yeah. Homer
tries to get to 300 pounds to get on disability and work at home. And he does.
Oh, yeah. I remember you mentioning.
So he goes to the movies during work, and they won't let him in because he can't fit in the aisle or his seats. He's too big. And one of the guys yells, "I got a movie for you, A Fridge Too Far." So, yeah. So he goes to the clothing store because his clothes doesn't fit, right? And the guy says, "Well, for someone of your size, we have the following." And he names all these weird. And Homer says, "I don't want to be no freak. Just give me the moo-moo." So he wears a moo-moo the rest of the episode. Yeah. Then the greatest line in cartoon history happens. The power plant's going to explode, and there's this pipe that's going to burst. And Homer falls into it, and it's closed now because his body's closing it because he's so big. And then Bart says, "Man, who would have thought Dad's body is preventing the explosion of gases? I never thought that would have happened." Yeah, I'm paraphrasing, but that's one of the greatest lines. Let's see, Simpsons, etc. The moo-moo, that's right. Yeah, interesting spelling of moo-moo, everybody. All right. Yeah, also, he's thirsty, so he wants to order a tab. And he's pushing tab, but it's not coming. So he's confused. He's like, "Where's my tab?"
Do they even make tab anymore?
No, I mean, nobody knows what tab is except me and you. Yeah, sorry.
Maybe Twitchy.
Maybe, or Meepex. Yeah.
Oh, Narichi, definitely.
Press the NE key. Where's the NE key? I don't see a NE key. Yeah. Now, for $1 trillion, how did Homer triple his productivity? Whenever the thing asked him a question, he typed yes. And then he typed Y and he couldn't reach the E in time and it just worked. And he said, "Oh," he kept pressing Y instead of yes. He tripled his productivity. Then, these birds that go into the water, they're like plastic. It's like a toy you can buy.
Yeah.
So he got one of those birds and it would just hit the Y and then he left. Like the bird did the work. Then the bird fell over, so the whole power plant exploded. And Homer kidding says, "I can't blame you," to the bird. It's the fake bird. Yeah. That was a good episode. That is correct. Let's see. Michael J. Fox, The Bird That Dunks the Glass. That's right. And The Promise of More Donuts. That's right. That's a great episode. I don't want to look like a freak. Just give me the moo-moo. He hit the keyboard with a broom. So anyway, he's trying to call like 911 or whatever, but he can't because it's too fat. So then it goes, da-da-da. The number you're trying to dial, because your fingers are too fat. Please mash the keypad and we'll send you a dialing wand in the mail. What a great episode. All right, the dialing wands. That is correct. Prediction for tomorrow? Prediction? Pain. Which Rocky movie? Prediction, Pain. You can pick one.
3.
That's correct. Very good. And who said it? What actor? Man, if you get that one. Yeah. That's too hard if you get that one.
Who's in the third one?
That's right.
Is it that Russian guy?
No, that's 4.
Oh.
Mr. T.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they asked him for a prediction. He said, "Prediction? Pain." Mr. T was the greatest actor ever, except for one thing. Now, by the way, the actor in the Russian guy is Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
And then Dolph Lundgren was in the Philly episode we saw last night from the last season. That was Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I said, "Is that Dolph Lundgren?" And then it was. I saw the credits. Yeah. Dolph Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren has like PhDs in chemistry, like the real guy.
Yeah.
He's like a genius. Yeah. He's also like he was a bodyguard and he's all muscle.
Oh, yeah. We looked him up one time. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was smart.
I will break you.
He's smart.
All right, complete the following quote from him in the Rocky movie.
All right.
If he dies,
I don't know.
He dies.
Oh.
It's a great line. Yeah, that's when he killed Carl Weathers, your favorite actor. You know who Carl Weathers is?
I know the name.
He's the guy Rocky fights in Run 1 and 2.
Oh, that was okay.
Yeah, Living in America. Yeah, he does die. God damn. Yeah, Dolph Lundgren's not as dumb as you guys thought he was. Yeah. Apollo Creed is correct.
Hey, Dolph.
Thanks, Ben and Karen, and maybe also Ben. All right, thanks for watching that recap of all the Rocky movies. Karen and I saw Rocky at the Fox Theater downtown Atlanta, and we made sure that Karen didn't get arrested. So she did not. Then we went and saw the movie. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to sneak in
some popcorn.
Popcorn.
Yeah, they took her popcorn. Yeah,
they
harsh,
confiscated it.
Ridiculous. Yeah, frankly terrible. Yeah, horrible. Have you karaoke Living in America? No, but I should. Yeah, I should do that. All right, so Naka wins. The finals in 2 days, May 3rd. Tomorrow is Carlsen versus Ding. Ding's the obvious favorite, but we want Carlsen to win. So Carlsen-Nakamura, first blood or something, last blood, I don't know. Toxic waste. Yeah, exactly. Ding wins the 2/3. That is correct. All right. See you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern.
See ya.
Bye.